public health? I think it's the science of keeping the public healthy. What is public health? Well, public health is pretty much everything. It's, you're riding on the bus, it's smoking, it's even just taking out the trash.
What is public health? It's everything, actually. From sanitation to riding on the bus to politics, policies by FDA, the environment, drinking water, safety, all sorts.
Do I consider environmental health to be part of public health? Definitely. I mean, the way that the public reacts to, the environment is really important to deciding what we need to do with public health and what we have already done. Do I consider environmental health to be a part of public health? Yes, because people are the public and people live in the environment. So environmental health is part of public health.
Environmental health, part of public health, of course. I mean, look around you. If you look at the environment today, the toxin that's in our water, we eventually take that in. We have filter systems, but it's not enough. We can still get in our system at some point. Secondhand smoke, of course. There's actually studies that show that it's worse in people that are primary smokers and such. So, yeah, he has a lot to do with it. I think it's the main factor that we should.
Prevalent environmental health issue? Definitely cigarette smoking, because it affects people outside as well as indoor pollution, and it affects health in pretty much everyone. Public health? I have to say people, because people are the ones that cause all the environmental and public health issues. And like smoking and smog and pollution and all that sort of thing.
Most prevalent public health factor. Let's see. I would say, I guess, water safety, drinking water. Yeah, because there's like hormones that there's such thing as toxins that your body already excreted, and they can come back. I mean, we do have filter systems, but they're not as advanced as we want it to be. They can't get everything, and if we take that in, it can kind of go against our metabolism. So it's something that should be taken seriously.
introduce yourself for us?
I'm Dr. Anne Marie Zameri. I'm
Mhm.
an instructor in the Environmental Health Sciences Department.
And what do you think are the fundamentals of environmental health?
I think the fundamentals of environmental health are protecting the environment through studying the science of toxicology, population control, environmental geology, and a lot of various topics so that we can preserve and promote public health.
Okay. And how is environmental health controlled by governmental agencies?
Environmental health is controlled by the USDA, the FDA, the EPA, all these agencies that play a role in providing regulations for how we can grow and distribute our food, the testing we have to do for our food. We also have a lot of rules and regulations about solid and hazardous waste management that are stipulated by the government.
And what are the effects of environmental pollution in the community?
In Athens?
In Athens or just in general?
Okay, well, there are a lot of effects that start from when toxins get in the environment. They can affect the biodiversity that's in an area,
Mhm.
and biodiversity is really important for maintaining public health. We need to maintain our plants and animals so that we can have potential pharmaceuticals, foodstuffs, aesthetic things, tourism.
Mhm.
We also want to preserve biodiversity because these ecological things provide a service for us. Trees provide oxygen, they
Mhm.
sequester CO2, things like that.
And what are the ways that environmental health is controlled or environmental pollution is reduced at UGA?
At UGA?
Mhm.
um, well, UGA does have an environmental safety division, and
Mhm.
they make sure that we comply with all of the state, local, and federal regulations when it comes to getting rid of our waste.
Mhm.
So there are very specific ways that you have to handle laboratory waste and things like that, so it helps to minimize public exposure. There are environmental safety rules for laboratory management and handling and things like that.
Mhm.
And UGA has some student organizations like SEA and UGA EHS Club, which help to promote a better environment by looking at water quality, having recycling, and things like that.
Okay, and for the last question, if you were a politician, what environmental health policies would you implement and why?
Oh, wow, that's a good one. I would implement some more policies on how we grow our food and how we especially grow our poultry, cattle, and livestock. I would make sure that they're grown in such a way that we don't have these enormous waste pools,
Mhm.
which can contribute to runoff that's contaminated. So we can get E. coli in our vegetables and things like that. I think that's really important. Other than that, I think lofty and more controversial is to address the issue of population control in this country and at an international level.
All right, and that's it. Thank